Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making whole grain chocolate chip cookies.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
You heard me right. We're making whole grain chocolate chip cookies with some fresh milled wheat. Today I'm going to use half barley and half soft white. So to get started, we're going to mill our grain. So I'm going to take 1 cup of barley and 1 cup of soft white, and we're going to throw it in my NutriMill on a fine grind because that's what I like in my cookies. And we're going to get it going so we can get our flour. So let's head over to my mill. So 1 cup of grain is about 1.5 cups of flour. I've got my whole wheat all measured out. So I'm going to turn this on. It's going to be loud. All right, we've got our fresh ground wheat and our barley. I just tap the lid off. Let's take it over here. And I'll show you here. You can just pop this off. This is where all the extra fine flour goes, and I just dump that in. Put it back on. If you don't have this on and you're grinding in your NutriMill, your flour will go everywhere. And then this little thing you can clean out occasionally. I just kind of tap it over the trash can. But look at that beautiful, fresh, wow, popped it everywhere. Fresh milled flour, yum. So I just took my regular old chocolate chip recipe that I make all the time and kind of converted it to the whole grain. So I've got 1.5 sticks of soft butter. So we're gonna put that in a bowl.
So is that 3/4 cup then?
Yes, 3/4 cup of butter, 1.5 sticks. We're gonna get 3/4 cup brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. I made these, what, a week ago? Mm-hmm. And we already ate them all, so I have to make more. They are so satisfying. It's the most delicious chocolate chip cookie. I love the flavors of the whole fresh grain in there, so much more than white flour. It's unbelievable. So let's grab 3/4 cup of white sugar. So let's give this a good cream. My first batch of fresh milled cookies turned out kind of flat as a pancake. They tasted okay, they just looked funky. So this one is much better. All right, so then I'm gonna do a good solid teaspoon, if not a little more, vanilla, and then we got 2 eggs going in. Now, if you don't have any barley, you can just use all soft white. Let me wash my hands quick. All right, let's get this mixed up. All right, let's get our dry ingredients in now. So we got a teaspoon of salt. And this one actually has baking powder in it. Give it a little extra oomph, and we need 3/4 teaspoon. And then also some baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon of that. All right, so now we need our 3 cups of our fresh ground flour here. We got 1, 2. It's interesting, it always grinds a little more, probably because I had it so fine. Get it mixed up, and then if you want to add nuts to this, you can. Got a bag of chocolate chips we're gonna throw in. Oh, yum. And you want to preheat your oven. You probably heard that beep right there. Preheat your oven to 350. And the dough is a little darker just because it is whole grain. And that is where all the nutrition is. So let's get our chocolate chips in. You can use semi-sweet or milk chocolate or a mixture of both, whatever you like. Whoa! Run away. That looks good. some thick dough. Okay, so now all we need to do is grab our cookie sheets. I'm gonna get my cookie scoop and clear this off, and we're gonna get them scooped and baked. All right, so I've got my cookie sheets. They're all lined with parchment. I really like having on parchment. Here's my cookie scoop. These are 1 ounce cookies. We're just gonna scoop them, and then you just wanna bake them for 10 to 12 minutes at 350. So sad. You can't have a cookie with no chocolate chips. So I have another open bag here. If my daughter was here, she'd be just eating the cookie dough. So we'll stuff some in there. Oh, there is some chocolate chips.
Nice.
Now that I got them in my hand, I might as well just stick them in the cookie. All right, so I'm gonna cook these at 350 for 10 to 12 minutes, and then we will take them out and to get your glass of milk ready. Yeah, baby. Yum. Wow, you guys, these cookies smell so amazing. I'm gonna take these off so they can start cooling. The first batch has been sitting out of the oven, but I'm just gonna show you. They really look like plain old ordinary everyday cookies, but they are soft and chewy. The flavor is out of this world. You want some bite?
Yeah, I do.
Denver wants some too. You can have some. They're so satisfying with the whole grain. Honestly, this is a great way to get nutrition in your kids without them knowing. Wow, the flavor is just so terrific. Yum.
There's some milk.
And like I said, if you don't have barley, just use soft white wheat. And once you get going, you can start adding to your arsenal of different grains. Because I've been milling for over 15 years, and just in the last few months have I started adding more ancient grains and different grains. It is such a pleasure to read all of your comments and your well wishes. It means the most. You guys are so kind. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode.
I'm actually glad you're making these again because
They were really good.
they disappeared too fast, which
They
is
really
kind of
did.
a bummer. This is Front Camera Whole Grain Chocolate Chip Cookies Part 3, and I will take the slate out of the shot this time because, duh, it smells like food. There's something about them. It smells like food. It smells like food. No, but seriously.
The whole grain. I don't know that we had any blurps.
No, we didn't.
Blurps
really.
and bloops.
No blurps and bloops.
You can't
Because we're
have-
so pro now. What are you gonna do?
Gonna taste good, I know.
How many cookies does this normally make?
I think this recipe makes 2.5 dozen.
That's good news to me. So I was thinking 2.5 dozen would be 30 cookies, and at 3 a day or so, it's about 10 days worth of cookies.
3 cookies a day?
Well, 1 for you and
Oh.
2 for me.
Right.